Keshi Cotton Dewan and Ade, Hot Kelleen Shelendewn election hot donashik down Bichigawan Chatlet. My name is Kelleen Shelendewn and I'm from the Pueblo of Zuni. And I came to Naka just after my time fulfilling traditional obligations in Zuni, and I was asked if I wanted to apply for a registrar position. My background was in data and my background was in research, and so that's how I ended up at Naka. And so went through the process to be the Zuni language and certification, and now I'm also the Zuni language instructor along with the registrar here at Naka. Zuni language is important because that is where and how we communicate with our ancestors. And so, I mean, I always say that our ancestors know Zuni and they better understand in Zuni. You can talk to them in English, you can talk to them in Spanish, but primarily their focus is understanding and getting the importance out of language being Zuni. So it's a unique language. It's not a language that's part of any other language group, and so that right there is I guess maybe a certain uniqueness to where it needs to be continued, because once the language dies, there's no other subgroup or dialect that can kind of like have traces of it. So once it's gone because it's a linguistic isolate. So all of the culture is rooted within the language, and without one or the other, it can't fully thrive and give the essence of life, I guess. We have a lot of prayers that is said. We have a lot, and it's specific to where there is a certain structure that you take, and without those words, without that, and it's not fully taken from our ancestors. It's not fully. Our ancestors have a certain structure that was given to us, and the importance of knowing those structures, the importance of knowing the language within that structure and how to continue that is what I'm trying to convey to the kids when they say, "Oh, why is language important? Why do we try to keep these traditions going? Why is it important to you?" And some of those things is that is some of the kids go to, "Oh, well, we want to talk to your grandparents, we want to talk to that," but then I say, "Well, go a little bit deeper, go a little bit further," and where we end up is always back to our ancestors and how they set forth out and how they brought that, and how one cannot thrive without the other. And that's where we always come down to, and the students start to understand the severity of the language retention and why it's important for that. So I have one class and I have 19 students, and they're all different degrees of linguistic abilities. And so when given that, I start from just everyday things like vocabulary. How do you say table? How do you say chair? How do you say the wall? How do you say the window? We start out right there and we build a vocabulary for sixth graders, and I have a couple high school students that is able to help me out when I'm helping out this student or helping out that student, and they're able to be the secondary teachers and that, kind of like a student teacher. And so we start out doing vocabulary, then we also round back out to doing our introductions, protocols, when to say hello, when to say the greeting, when to say the specific time of the day, what to do when you enter a room, what to do when you leave a room, what's the protocols when you see another Zuni out there, or just even saying hello. So we start off with that, and we do vocabulary, then we try to put sentences to those vocabulary. And recently we've been doing a what is that, and kind of question. So what is that? And we give out different descriptive words, and these are all in Zuni. So we give out descriptive words, and so I say, hey, what is black and white? What is an animal? What is it? And if it's a clan, and then they're all like, oh, it's a donashi, but it's a badger. So we start doing that, and then get a little bit harder as it goes, and then seeing how it affects the younger kids, and then trying to adjust to that. And so it just varies on different things, but then we do that. We also do different activities, like we do games, we do the latest activity that we did was when we started to label things around the school. So that was our latest activity. So we try to do hands-on things and try to have them incorporate language within the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. And then the ultimate goal is to have them get out of that shell and have them start talking and having a conversation going back and forth with each other, and maybe hopefully their family and hopefully the community. So that's kind of what we've been doing inside the Zuni class. What I envision for Zuni language here at Naka is to have it kind of interweave within the classroom, to where students are going inside the classroom doing a Zuni greeting, and then if there's other Zuni kids in there, having them repeat or having them respond to what they said, and then have it to kind of like a culture to where it's always good to be Zuni, no matter what. I mean, even if you're in trouble, it's still, fall back on that and express yourself in a remorseful way in Zuni. Or maybe if you're angry, kind of say a couple Zuni words that are just like ah, and when you're happy, Zuni words ah, to where it's, I want them to fall back first to Zuni, then fall back to English. Is kind of is what I